Today, I want to talk about why I support Palestinian independence. Because Palestinians are Muslims, and my families are also Muslims from China. That's part of my identity. So it shapes how I see the treatment of Muslims in Palestine by the Israelis really as genocide. When America and the West talking about the genocide of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, there's absolutely no evidence of pictures or video to show the graphic pictures or videos showing how Palestinian Muslim being treated. The kids are being bombed, killed, buildings are destroyed, but there's no such pictures of live pictures with person in it shows those people are being killed, building being destroyed, on live video. The reason I have such a strong sympathy for Palestinians, or because, like I said, my families are Muslims. Even though I look very Chinese, but our forefathers, our ancestors are not from China. Back in about 1,000 years ago, when Mongolian army captured most of the Asia, all the way to Europe and Africa, they actually brought they captured many soldiers and craftsmen and brought them to China to act as security forces for the Mongolian Empire in China. And then those soldiers and the craftsmen settled in China and married with local people, and such, during that time, our ethnic group become a distinct group from the rest of China, the Chinese. So, and in China, as a Muslim, my memory of being a Hui Muslim in China is a privilege. That a special treatment was given to Muslims in China more than any other ethnic groups. Because Chinese Muslim group are still practice Islamic religion. For example, my mom, during Ramadan last month, she was fasting for a whole month. She didn't eat during, after sunrise, and only eat after sunset. And she bathed and she fasted according to the Islamic laws. Because my mom is a very devout, Muslim, and I'm actually converted to Christian. We have many debate about our belief. So I can elaborate that later when I'm going to talk about my Christian faith. But as growing up in China as a Hui Muslim, really have a lot of perks that not many people know about it. Only the Hui Muslim knows about it, or Muslims. For example, in college, because we have a dietary restriction that we stay away from eating pork or any of those products, and we have this distaste for the smell of pork, being cooked or being eaten. So the Chinese government built special cafeterias only catering to Muslims, including Hui Muslims, other Muslims like Uyghurs, Kazakhs. There's about a dozen Muslim groups in China. So the government has a very strict policy to respect our dietary needs. Back in the 80s and 70s, when China have food shortage, in order to ensure that we have meat to eat, like beef and lamb that actually prepared by imams, we actually have those coupons that are given to us, that we will go to a special window in the grocery store that we can buy the kind of food, buy meat, chickens, beef, lambs, chickens. Those have to be prepared by imam during, there is a ceremony for that. When you a cow or sheep or chicken were killed, it has to be kosher or halal. So that's how Chinese government protect the source of food for the Muslims. At the college, because we don't want to mingle with pork-eating ethnic group people in the same cafeteria, so the government require colleges and workplace to have special cafeterias, or at least a window that only catering to Muslims. They will have signs to have this Islamic scripture put on the window or the cafeteria to indicate those are the halal cafeterias exclusively for Muslim students or employees. My other perks that very few people actually enjoy that is I got a private dorm just because I was a Muslim. See, in China, when you work for a company, if you are not from the local area, you are a transplant, the employer is required to provide a dormitory for you, the housing. So when I graduated from college, I actually got a private room, which is normally reserved for an employee with a 10-year tenure with the company and a graduate degree. But when I graduated from college, just because I'm a Muslim, they gave me the private dorm just so I don't have to mingle with other Han employees. So it make a lot of people jealous. I was a very mysterious employee in the whole residence because I live alone, unlike other employees in the residence hall in building that normally 3 or 4 of them sharing a bigger room, but I actually I have a small room all to myself. And then when I work, because I was a trained interpreter, so I work with the big boss in the company, and a lot of time my work require me to go out eating with at the banquet to be interpreter for the big boss. And then they always know that I'm a Muslim, so they will make sure that I have food that is not, it's not pork. So because of that, I have a special, I got a lot of special attention So those are my very good memories of being a Muslim in China. I actually love it. I feel I was treated being a little princess. Everywhere I go, people just make sure that my needs are being met. So I got a special attention. So those are my very good memories of being a Hui Muslim in China.